Hello, and welcome back to another midnight recording, Late Night Football Manager with Ben. Hey, cool. How you doing? Hi, Josh. How's Sam? I assume Josh, you'll be listening to this in 2019 or something like that. So good. But Sam, I set you all here in a couple of weeks. In the middle of my night shifts, we left off on Football Manager. Where did we leave off? What happened last time? Here. So the two very frustrating games, City and Villa. I was very upset and downbeat about the Villa game, but I'm thinking now it's probably not that bad a result. Excuse me, my manager is writing to me. Good night, Simon. Sleep well. So what I was going to say was, since then we have, exactly as I said, confirmed our progression from the Champions League by first thrashing Panathinaikos 3-0, 2 goals from Maya Zatouni, 1 from Cunningham. We then beat Sheffield United very comfortably, an own goal and a goal from Cunningham again. We then lost a very frustrating game against Man City. We were 1-0 down, we came back 1-1 through an own goal, and then we lost it right at the last second. But we bounced back nicely to beat Huddersfield 5-1. Pedersen got 2, Abdallah Mounier and Engblom all scored. We then played Lyon away in the group stages of the Champions League and drew 2-2, 2 goals from Cunningham, very nicely done. We then followed that up with a thumping of Wolves, 2 goals for Abdallah, 1 for Zatouni, 1 for Cunningham, and then a pretty doozy of a game. I'll just show you the stats for this one. We went down to 10 men after 3 minutes, as Bayern, or 4 minutes, as Bayern was sent off for taking out Stashevsky, who was through on goal. Stashevsky then scored almost immediately afterwards. The game was pretty tight. We were actually playing pretty well, considering we only had 10 men. Dania then Billy Watts both scored in quick succession in the second half, and it looked like we were going to go on and win the game. But then Stashevsky scored after an assist from everyone's favourite Swede, Niklas Håkansson. Not a bad result. It's hard to say we should have won it, considering we were. I mean, if we had kept Bayern on, we might have gone on to win that game. But whatever. A good result. Can't be too downbeat about it. And then we thrashed Leicester. Cunningham getting 2, Zatouni 1, and Billy Watts scored. So that was nice of him to do that. Now we're going to finish off the Champions League group. This is how we're looking at the moment. There's still a chance that Panathinaikos or Galatasaray, should they absolutely destroy us, or if Panathinaikos absolutely destroy Lyon, they could go through, but it looks almost certain that Lyon will go through. What was the score last time we played Gala? It was 4-0 to us, so we should be looking for a decent old result, and then we'll see the draw after that. Currently the Premier League looks like this. We are on 15 games played with 6 points off the top. That's why that Man United game would have been so beautiful if we'd won it. For about 4 minutes in that second half, we were within 3 points of United. Unfortunately, they pegged us back, and now they've gone on to continue just to equal our results. So fine. I mean, we'll see how things go. It's not out of the question that we put through a run of games, and Tottenham and United, neither of them have lost. So once they play each other, hopefully they can sort of knock points off each other. The bigger teams, there's quite a few big teams in the league now. Sunderland and Leicester and QPR are all doing good jobs at taking points off the bigger teams. So if they can keep that up, there's an outside chance we could get that title back after 4 years? 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, after 4 years, it'd be nice if we could get back on top of that Premier League, but it looks unlikely. So let's do this. First, we can see if Spurs can find their first loss of the season against Leicester City. And there's the League Cup quarter-final between City and West Ham. But, of course, at the same time, we have to play our game against Gala. So, let's do this. I would love to introduce you, by the way. I think if you may remember at the beginning of the season, I was a little surprised at how few players it seemed we had signed. One of the reasons for that is that I had forgotten we had signed Willington Torres, the Colombian centre forward / right attacking right, who we bought for free off of Mupa, who are a Finnish club. So we got him for free. He for some reason he only signed for us on the 1st of December, and because he's not registered and he can't be registered until the transfer window opens again, he can't play currently. But anyway, it means we've got an extra striker. He looked pretty good, and we got him for free, which was tasty. You'll also notice, if we go back here, the country flags have disappeared. That is because I've been messing about with the badge packs. You'll also notice, if you're really eagle-eyed, that a few clubs, like Swansea for example, have had their badges changed. Now, that is because I've been messing around with the badges, as I said, to try and get things like this. Chippenham Town's badge is now in the game. Beautiful. Where's Morgan? Still the manager. Legend. But then also things like Evesham, towns, games, clubs that we'll probably never even see, they all have badges now. It's beautiful. Lewis has a badge. It's all delightful. So, we're excited. I don't want to submit my team yet because, where is it? How do I go back? Because if I don't... Team selection overview, because if I just press go, that would be an abomination. Right, let's give some of our lesser spotted players a run out. So Engblom's going to have a break. We're going to give Mr. Kovic a game because Fitzgerald was looking a bit leggy in the last one. Kotnik might be able to get his first full 90 minutes for a while, and I want to start no, that's good for me. We can bring on Cunningham and Pedersen, but Watts is on a pretty good run of form at the moment. 2 goals in 2 games being a good run of form for him. He's finally scored his 50th league goal for the club, so that might mean that now he's got over that little milestone. He will go on a bit of a run of form. That happens a lot with Billy Watts. He'll score... it snowed. That's nice. It snows a lot in the winter. I hadn't intended to say anything about snow. I was going to talk about goal scoring form. So that was what that sentence was. What I was meaning to say, I do apologise, I've thrown myself. What I was meaning to say was Pedersen, tends to score sort of 24 goals and then struggles to get that last one to get him up to the next rank of sort of record breakingness. So, and then he'll take 10 games to score that, and then he'll go on another tear up and score a billion goals. So what that means is hopefully that young Mr. Watts will not have that problem. Cunningham experienced it to a slightly lesser degree last season when he for a few games in a row he was coming up to his 50th as well for the club, and he didn't score for about 5 games before finally getting the goal. So it's not an exact science, because I think after that he then didn't score for months. But Billy Watts, anyway, it doesn't really matter for us what happens here, although the prize money for drawing is about half of what you get for winning, so it would be nice if we could win this, because I'm very much... Kotnik finally gets his goal. Yes, he's had a very injury hit season. We had to rush him back, and then I accidentally... Was that game recorded? Yeah, it was. It was the Man City game where I brought him on thinking, it's fine, we're going to win this, we're 2-0 up. We then go on to lose in extra time. So he played a lot longer than I'd intended. Now he's finally back from injury, and I've been bedding him in slowly, playing him for 45 minutes maximum in games to give him a bit of time to actually properly sort of whatever it was to his ligament, whatever limb or particular ligament he had damaged, to allow that to heal properly and then get him back into fitness to play some games. So hopefully now that will happen, and then we can put Pedersen back up front. He scored 2. Yes. God, we're good in the group stage of the Champions League and a European competition generally. I feel like I've got that sticky mouth noise again. I don't know if it picks it up brilliantly, but it does in my ears when I'm recording live. Anyway, a cup of tea might help. Nearly sneezed. So, Sabani, Zatuni. He's been playing well, Zatuni. I've been a big fan of his. And once this game is done, remind me, I need to show you the young player I've just poached from Paris Saint-Germain for $1 million. He's 16, he's got an interesting name, and he's going to be a decent player. He's not predicted to become like the next Messi or anything, but he's certainly going to be a player that, even if, if he doesn't end up being a first team regular, he'll be sellable for 8 to 10 million. So that's the kind of investment and return for investment I want to get, and hopefully we will be able to achieve that. Abdallah Zatuni. Yes, what a finish from the lad. Come on. I've got to keep an eye on my work computer at the same time, so that's why the occasional periods of silence will appear. Now, what's going on? Uga, Mr. Kovic, what are you up to? Zatuni, what are you up to? Zemir, okay, good. Vissa, oh, it's off the crossbar. Good effort from the lad. Sabani, Kotnik. Oh, Kotnik's playing an absolute stormer. Speaking of, Mr. Storm. I did some... Oh, good, that was a decent header. I did an extensive scouting mission in, I think, Togo and many African nations over the summer. I spent quite a long time trying to find the next Didier Drogba. Unfortunately, he didn't come through this season, or if he did, he'll be a late bloomer, because none of the players that I found were up to much. And then I had another experience with scouting Belarus, as you'll remember from last season. Yet again, nothing much came up, so we'll be fine with that. Couldn't have signed them anyway until they're 18, and most of the Belarusian clubs have very poor facilities, so it's highly unlikely that... Oh, Zatuni, yes, come on. It's highly unlikely that they will end up being good enough for us. You would hope that the best way to get Belarusians, I assume, is to hope that they come through at Batu Borisov and then sign for like CSKA Moscow or Zenit St. Petersburg, and then sign them from them, because they can sign them immediately, whereas we can't sign them until they're 18, so you have to hope. Speaking of the younger players in the squad, Christopoulos, the young Greek player that brought through last season, is finally 16 and now able to go out on loan to other teams should he so desire. At the moment there's not been much interest in him, but that's because he only just became able, and I think we're outside of the loan window, so it would make sense that no one's particularly bothered by trying to sign him on loan, as they're not legally able to. I'm impressed by the way this team's playing today. This is nice. It's nice. We've actually also, to note, we're able to rest a few players now, because despite the irritating injuries at the beginning of the season, we do actually have some depth in other positions. It's just not immediately obvious. What a finish. Aguier. Daniel Kofi Aguier. I don't know if he was one of my players or if he's just someone I've heard of. He played for Arsenal, that would be why then. Okay, it's not that good. Long shots was 11, I believe, I just saw, so yeah, that's natural that he's going to score a goal like this. Bang. Dick. That's only the third or fourth goal that we conceded in, third goal that we've conceded in the Champions League so far. Passionate, you're doing well, lads, keep going. I'm going to bring Nieto off because we don't need to kill him with tiredness, and that's the only reason. Speaking quietly so I don't wake up my wife. I'm speaking quietly so I don't wake up my wife. Hopefully the phone doesn't ring, so I have to stop. Hopefully the phone doesn't ring, because then I'd have to stop recording. Yeah. That happened. Daniel Kofiagi. Yeah, shut up. That's enough now. Mehdi Mounier. Ooh. What else? Who else have we got that we can bring on for a little run out? Watts has, of course, not played well. I don't think Pedersen really needs some time on the pitch, but I think we'll give it to him anyway. He's not played up front for a little while, although to be noted, when he did go up front briefly against one team, he did score immediately because he's a bleeding legend. Yeah, we'll see. Abdallah Sabani. Oh, come on. Gotta get that song out of my head, otherwise that will be the only thing I sing all night. All night long. Oh, Kotnik, come on. New. Right, well, hopefully that's not too impactful. Okay, right, he's not going to get forced off, but I'm going to take him off. And no, I'm going to actually play. I'm actually going to play Cunningham. He's a cunning. Shut up. We all knew where we were going, and it was pointless and rubbish. Oh, Pedersen nearly scores. Kotnik nearly gets his hat trick. Abdallah does score. Oh no, Billy Watts apparently stole it. So great, well done him. T. Kotnik gets his standing ovation because he's a bleeding legend. Nothing's going on in the work computer because I'm a bleeding legend. How did he? I mean, batter. Okay, that I mean, come off his thigh or something, and that counts as his goal. So fine, well done. It's weird. Abdallah has played the majority of the games at centre midfield this season because, as I said, Danya is now at the age where his fitness isn't good enough to continually play every week. And yet I keep getting questions in the press conference as to whether or not he'll be given a run in the side. That is, whether Abdallah will get a run in the side. And I'm like, what? He's already getting a run in the side, and he has been all season. What kind of stupid question is that? He's still playing now. Yejits. Mbele, Billy Watts, Agye, Salah. Oh yes, come on, Cunningham, Watts. Oh, Watts. Come on, boys. We get a sixth, a ridiculous sixth in the ridiculous Champions League. Now, the only problem I've got is that we're almost certainly going to come up against a monstrously good team. So at this point, I need to try and work out in my head if I'm going to mentally support our run to the, our run in the Champions League, or if I'm going to do like last time and moan all the way through until we get to the final and then not really be that happy when we win. So it's all about managing expectations. That is a slide tackle, my friend. You're going to get sent off for that? You're going to get a yellow card at least? Good. So I think we're going to say that I'm going to be positive about our run in the Champions League. There you go. I said it. Like a nutter. Anyway, happy to knock out Galatasaray. Oh God, them and Panathinaikos have been absolutely dreadful. They both beat each other once and then lost to us the other times. Oh no, didn't? No, yeah, that is it. And then I drew with Lyon once. Good. Sabani. Oh, could have given Mbele a goal. Sabani. Billy Watts, Pedersen, Cunningham. Oh, they've got the block in for everything. Let's see the stats. Yeah, I mean, we're destroying them. Demolishing them. Sabani again. Corner. Put that on the head of Mbele. He did. Oh, he saved it. Would have been nice because I don't think Mbele scored this season yet. To be fair to him, he's not played many times. Engblom has been taking over his goal scoring centre-back sort of role. He really does power the headers in. It's a beautiful sight to see. Okay, so we've got another corner. We've had 11. They've had 1. Oh, Carlos. Is that his first goal? Yes, it is. Remember, his name is Carlos Cuellar or something like that, but I couldn't be bothered to keep saying it. So Carlos gets his first goal for the club. Nice. Very nice. 6-1. 22 goals in the group stage. Dear me. Montignelli, Billy Watts. Can we get a seventh? Abdullah. Oh, I think you'll probably be able to hear on the phone, on the mic, you can hear the birds tweeting and stuff. Makes it sound like it might be morning or some lovely sort of daytime. No, it's actually 1 a.m. So it's not warm exactly, but it's not cold by any stretch of the imagination. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt, a big t-shirt. Oh, it's a good save. I've lost some weight recently, and the big t-shirt I have now looks like an obscenely large t-shirt, whereas before it looked like the kind of t-shirt a man who was fat and trying to hide that with loose-fitting t-shirts would wear. Now it looks like I've got my dad's t-shirt on. So, progress. Speaking of progress, that's the end of the second half. We progress through to the next round. You have to credit their manager, and I will, because I am he. Passionate, that was very nice. Excellent work. Boris Abdullah got 5 assists in that game, which I think we can all agree is unnecessary. So, good. Poor old Basel. Sparta Prague being done by Inter. Panathinaikos, creditable result there. So the pack that I got, which gave us all these, it gave us the Chippenham badges and stuff. You can't actually get them for Foot Manager 12 anymore. I think it's been a long time since that game came out, and I think people have just sort of taken them down from the internet. There's no point in keeping them up there. So I had a long time trying to upload my own, and it was a bit of a moan. I was really struggling and trying to find a way of doing it. Sort of trying to edit picture files myself and stuff. It was a bit of a nightmare. And then I thought, well, what if I just download one for Football Manager 2017 and put it in the right folder? Will that work? Yes it will. Okay, so we're going to play Swansea next. The badge is different on they're one of about 3 clubs that has changed the badges for. The other one being Huddersfield. Where are they? Huddersfield. That is very much their old badge. I'm sure that I don't think that's their new badge. I might be wrong. Yeah, but you can see what their original badge on the game was, because that's that one there. So maybe that is their current badge. It just doesn't have the centenary background on it or something like that. Who knows? Equally, Swansea should have a big white circle around this badge, which they used to do before I downloaded the upgrade, and now they don't. So cool. The exciting thing is, my long lost rivals Truro City now have a badge. Oh, Leicester are looking to sign my player. Why can't you just leave me alone, Leicester? You're 9th. Why on earth would I sell you one of my informed strikers, you mugs? Grimsby's Jesse Lingard hands in transfer request. Here he is, Ramballoson. So he's 16. He's decent. He's going to become a good Premier Division attacking midfielder. I think he looks a little bit more like a striker, if you were going to ask me. But why would anyone ever ask me? Anyway, I'm going to adjust my budget, sign the fuck out of him. We're going to speed up William Torres. We're going to get Abdullah to do 1-2s. I don't see why we would want him to do... He looks a bit like John Robbins, the comedian, but he's not going to be knocking the ball past people. We can scout George, and I don't know how we can possibly consider a player who's not legally able to play for us an important first-team member, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, signing him for free is a damned steal. I don't care if he doesn't play at all and we sell him for 10 million in the summer. That would be fine by me. Anyway, so we're going to get him, Ramballoson. Okay, are we going to be able to call him that? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to remember how to say that the whole time. He's half Madagascan. Cool. Ramballoson. We're going to have to come up with a name for him. Oh, God. Johan. We could call him Johan. Actually, I don't mind the name Johan. It doesn't sound too bad. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to sign him then. Yeah, if I can get him. Solomon Lazovic. I'm actually going to change Rambeloson's name to Johan, because I can't be asked with trying to remember how to say his second name. And also it's cool when some players, sometimes it's cool when players are called just by their first names. Not all the time, and particularly when fucking Virgil van Dijk changes the name on the back of his shirt to Virgil. You douchebag, you're a centre-back. Centre-backs don't get to do that, strikers get to do that. Depay, he was massively underwhelming in the Premier League and stuff, but at least, Memphis, it's a cool name for one thing, and fair enough because he's a flary attacking player. That's the kind of big headery that you expect from them. I don't expect that from a centre back, even if you are the most expensive centre back in the world. Jesus. Yeah, kind of ruined Van Dijk for me. Upsetting. Okay, let's get in George as well. That'd be nice. No goal bonus though of 6,500. Yes. Will we be able to extend our budget enough to sign him? I think we probably will. Right. Swansea. Okay, they're absolutely happy. No, I don't think one loss can destroy our team. Boris has the quality to keep this up. He has been great. World Player of the Year. Noticeable lack of Mads Pedersen on any of these lists. I also noticed he's not in the running for something like Golden Boot of the Year, or there's like some Striker of the Year, and he's not in the running for that despite scoring 54 goals last season. Whereas that Rottensteiner fella for Arsenal, he is. Why do they? What? It's just because they play for. Yeah, that's not good. They could have done with drawing that. So we are now. Okay, we're 9 points clear with 7. Sorry, we're 9 points behind, and though we do have a game in hand. So if we win that, we'll be back up to 6. That's fine. Let's play some Swanseas. Let's go swan hunting. Palais got little from. They got a personality. Okay, fair enough. Could we get you to train with somebody else then? No, that's not what I want, so you'll have to wait. I could ask him at the age of 18 to retire from international duty, which would be harsh. I think that would be harsh. Cinderford Town. I want to see what their badge looks like. Cinderford Town. Yes. Yes. Right, great. Okay. So let's go to the Swansea game. Casolo back out of goal, please. Engblom back in from Bailey, who did play well. No knocking that, but he's not staying in. We will put Mounier on for Nieto. We will put Fitzgerald on for Mr. Kovic. Bayon is able to join us again instead of Carlos, but Carlos will join the bench instead of Bailey. Willington Torres still unable to play. Do I change his name to Torres? That's a lot of words. No, and he can't play there still, so that's annoying. Oh, could we play our young goalkeeper in this game? Let's. And then we'll put. No, we'll leave the team as it is. No, we'll leave the team as it is. Zatuni's in a good run of form. We can bring Pedersen on if we need to change the game. So fine. Okay, so we're going to say passionate, go out there and impress me. I'm going to say calm, I have faith, calm, passionate, I have faith, passionate, I have faith. And to him I'm going to say calm, no pressure tonight because it's his first appearance for the club. For some reason goalkeepers don't get included in the defenders' individual team talks, so whatever. But anyway, we'll let him make sure he doesn't get over-pressured in his debut away at Swansea City. Fitzgerald. A mouthful of tea. Fitzgerald. Oh, that's a good stop. It's a loud old bird outside. Billy Watts. Oh, it's an ambitious effort and a very lucky save from Jensen. Mounier brings the ball in. Spencer. Tackled by Diabate. He was our player. I've gone over him before, but yes, Diabate. Kane. It's not Harry Kane, is it? No, Joe Kane. He's Joe Kane. Only Joe Kane. Montignelli got a yellow. They've got Romelu Lukaku. Didn't he score? No, that was... Did he score? Didn't he not score a goal, like a ridiculous goal against us last season? Or am I thinking of a different big striker at the front? I think I might be now that I've said that. Anyway, Meunier. Not even close. They've got James Rodriguez, by the way, just to FYI. Kotnik, Billy Watts. Watnik, we'll call him. No, Hootpen. I like that last Hootpen player. If they get relegated this season, because they're not doing very well, if we could try and sign that last Hootpen from them. Where are they? They're 14th, so they're 2 points ahead of out of the relegation zone. If at the end of the season they're looking like they're getting relegated, we're going to go in for this last Hootpen guy because he's very good. And it would bolster our youngish players who are from the British Isles, and therefore Billy Watts scores. Come on! Celebratory tea. What have I done there? Oh, money. Score. Yes, Billy Watts, you beast. Come on in. More, please. Kotnik, good to note that he didn't get injured properly in that game, even though he did go down worryingly. What's going on with that keeper? Diabate. Dr. Jaser, that's what I would call him if he was on my team, but I'm not going to sign him. But Hootpen is good, so he will be definitely high up on my list. Big Bill. God, Billy Watts. Wow, the pace that you don't have, apparently. Montignelli, Meunier, Spencer, Montignelli, Meunier, Montignelli, Meunier, Montignelli, Meunier, Spencer, Meunier, goal throw in. How is that thrown for them? Hootpen. Actually, is Hootpen English? No, I think I thought he was Welsh, but I might be thinking of a different player. Dear, what life! Oh, we could have had an ex-player score against us. Is that the first touch he's had? If so, good. Yeah, he can't possibly be Welsh. Oh, it's a good save. Good save. Yes, we deservedly lead at the break. Excellent work. Passionate. I'm happy with how things are going. Keep it up. Calm. Don't get sent off, everybody. Calm. I'm very happy. Calm. You weren't that bad, but you can improve. Calm. Very happy with your performance tonight, Ahmed. You've got a lot of names, so I'm not sure how we're going to remember him either. Hootpen. Jensen. Dr. Lasher. Billy Watts. What are you doing? If you get sent off, because we've got a bit of a yellow card, okay. I might bring him off. Because I don't want to... Oh, God, they've got 4 of our players have got yellow cards. What the fuck? We've been going through a bit of a crisis of poor discipline in the last couple of seasons. So it's interesting. I don't really know what can be done about that. I suppose if you can be a bit harsher to them when they actually get your reds, you can put them off doing it, but often then you just upset them, whereas if you give them a warning, they usually accept it and move on. I don't know. Meunier. It could also just be like certain types of players with certain statistics are more likely to get booked in games. I know that... Meunier is playing terribly as well. Okay, right. Let's do that then. I know that... no, Sabani's going to come up for Spencer because he's much more likely to get into trouble. Yeah, I know that. I remember there was a player we had earlier on in in the save who constantly would get booked. So it's I think it's half of one, half a dozen of one, six of the other, six of one, half a dozen of the other. Shut up. Oh God! When you're recording a football game at 1 a.m, you're not going to get your metaphors completely right. Nieto, Montignelli, Pedersen, Sabani, Pedersen, Fitzgerald, Abdallah, Pedersen. Oh, you'd think he would finish that. So if we do maintain this, we will be third. Nice, we will be third as well. Good, only 6 points off as well. That'd be great. Let's try. Let's hope we can keep this. Oh, what a save! What a save from the 17-year-old goalkeeper who I bravely put in goal, possibly stupidly. Oh, it's a great tackle from Pedersen. Zatuni, he's going to get booked. For God's sake. How many of our players have been booked this game? 6? Is that 6? How can I look here and tell us how many yellow cards we get? Yeah, we've got 6 yellow cards. 6 yellow cards to their 1. I mean, what are we doing? Luckily we are dominating them in almost every other aspect as well. Yay, it's 6-2 on yellow cardage. Lukaku's coming off. Now, this is the moment where... Why? Okay. If you're going to nod it on, why would you be stood... Why would you do that when you're stood right in front of the player who I assume you're nodding it on to? If you see that he's stood right in front of you, why would you bother? Why not try and flick it a different way? Do something slightly different. Nieto, Montignelli, Sabani. Oh, what a finish! Oh, what a finish from Sabani! That was lovely, and you could really see that coming. I knew. I don't know why. I was just like, yeah, go on, have a hit, and he did. Oh, it was beautiful. Sabani, look, all the space in front of him, just the perfect pathway as well through those players. 2 defenders, 2 of our players, just hit it through a lot of them. Goalkeeper had no chance. Dr. Jaser. Billy Watts gets sent off last minute. No, we're not bothering with that this time. Fine. Pedersen. Are we going to get a third? Zatuni hits the post. Oh. Jensen, Abdallah, Pedersen. Keep it. You could have just taken a touch, held it up a bit. Doesn't always have to be just one kick and clear. Engblom, Rawls, Bangura, Diabate, former Western legend. There we go. 2-0 win. Is that the first time we've won 2 games in a record for like 5 episodes or something ridiculous? Ah, there we go. Okay. So, for once, I end this game in a relatively, end this video in a relatively happy mood. Montanelli gets his yellow card limit. We were fined for... I knew that was going to happen. Oh well. We hammered Swansea. Sabani was on form with a ridiculously good goal. Sulaiti, that's how you say his name, Sulaiti. Nice, and he played a 7.3, very good. Okay, attend. I think if you look at our fixtures, we can keep going. Well, I'm not going to say that, but that one definitely. It was a great moment. What a freaking finish. Okay, and there we go. So let's go and have a look at the fixtures and see what we're going to do. Oh, it's interesting that we didn't get to see who we're going to draw in the Champions League, but regardless, depending on when the fixture turns up, I mean, I assume it's going to be around here somewhere. So we'll probably play West Brom Villa as our next, or West Brom Villa, or maybe Villa Sheffield Wednesday as our next recorded game. And then hopefully by then we'll know who we're playing in the Champions League, and we'll know when that fits into our schedule. But until then, thank you very much, guys. See you next time.